Quilters. Today is Wednesday, March 30th, 2022, and we're here with live chat today. It's Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I don't have anything to chat about, so unless you all are chatting in the chat, I'm going to sew on my bento box blocks with you guys, and I'll be answering any questions as well. And now my nose itched. Sorry. Let me pull you guys up on my phone. Let's see. All right. So we have Ellen Campbell here, reminding people to also hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Miss Ellen. She says, hello, Teaquilts and all sewing friends. Let me move this over just a little bit so I'm not turned completely that way. Try this. We have Larry Lewayne. Hi, Larry. Says, hey, gang, everyone ready for a good time? Yes. Susan T says, hi, T and all T Quilters. Happy to be here. And C-Rax is here saying, good evening, T and Quilters. Maddie Bornham says, hello, T and everyone. Betsy Lightens here says, hello and happy Wednesday to all. Betsy, I forgot to call you today. I was trying to get pictures of your quilt today, but it rained all day, as you know. So I couldn't get outside to take pictures or take video for show and tell. And I'm going out of town tomorrow, so it'll be either Sunday or Monday when I get back that your quilts will be ready for you to pick up. And I'm sorry about that. C-Rax is here, says, T, don't forget about the new birthday month coming up. That's not today. That'll be next week. Carla Ford's here. Hey, Carla. She says, good evening to you and everyone. It's hump day. Glad to join in. Yes. Melena Matoya says, hi, Mrs. T and everyone. Hello and welcome back. Vivian Calvi says, hi, T and everyone. Patricia Carlucio also says, hey, everyone. Kevin the Quilter is here. Evening to my life-saving friend, Miss T. It's good to be home. Evening to all T Quilters. Melissa LePage says, good evening, T and everyone. Kathy Edwards says, hi, new to the group. Hi, Kathy, and welcome. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Anita Nan says, hey, Miss T and everyone. Leetta Bryan says, hi, T and T Quilters. Janet Mackerel says, hi, T and Quilters. Elvita M says, good evening, Miss T and everyone. Janice Miller says, hello, T and T Quilters. Excited about the evening. Yes. Beverly Aiken says, hello, T and T Quilters. Quilt Gal says, hi, T and everyone from cold and windy Maryland. Winona Mixon says, good evening. Sandra Agger here saying, evening all. Hey, Tiffany of Tiffany's Quilting Life. She says, hi, T and friends. C Joy Creation says, hi, everyone. Hi to you as well. Colette Starks says, hello, T and everyone. Happy to join the live. Nana Mona says, hi, T and everyone. Hello, welcome from Canada. Betsy says, are you going to the Quilt Talk on Sunday? I do plan to do that. I'm hoping that, because I don't know what time I'm getting in Saturday. I'm hoping I got time to record it either Sunday. I'm hoping Sunday morning at the latest. So I'm hoping that I can record the quilts on Sunday and then I could bring them to you then. That'll be great. I'm laughing at Melissa Page talking to Kevin. Ah. see. Tunanya Roberts is here saying good evening, all. Laura Austin says hi from Jacksonville, Florida. Hi, Laura, and welcome. Geraldine Lima, also welcome, saying good evening. And Laura Miller saying evening, all. Sandra is also reminding people to hit the thumbs up. Miss Topaz says, hey, everyone. I'm a little fuzzy. I don't know if I got a towel in here. Let me see if I got a piece of batting in my drawer. Only thing I can think of, I got a paper towel up here. Just wipe you all off, but hold on. I just cleaned it before I came live. Hopefully that's better. Thank you, Tiffany, reminding people to give me a thumbs up and welcoming you all into the live. Cynthia Shade says evening to all from cold and rainy Chicago. Yes, join the club, girl. Okay, so everybody else says that their screen was clear. I thought I wiped it. I try to remember to wipe it before I come live. My camera, because sometimes I pick it up. The camera is right on the side in the middle and right where your finger will go. So I try to remember to wipe the camera when I'm coming in. One thing I did want to show. Hi, Barbara Polk. Nancy Gus. Linda Faust. Melissa's singing. She can see clearly now the fudge is gone. The smudge is gone. I'm sorry. You look clear and sharp, T. Hey, Sue. And fellow quilter, she says it's 76 days until retreat. So let me just quickly show you all, because last time I was here, I think I showed this in blocks. I do have this piece. I have not squared it up. I cut my corners a little bit bigger than they needed to be. My sides were cut just a little bit because I wanted it to float in here. And I'm trying to decide now if I want to square it up so that it's right at 1/4 inch, or should I leave it? But I think I might just leave it. And then my next question to myself is, do I want to put a border on here? I just had that quilt lecture last Thursday, and I was just telling them, I always start out saying I'm going to make smaller quilts. So I didn't make, the large size blocks. I made 9-inch blocks. And I get it finished, and now I want to put border on it. Something, okay? I think I am going to put a border on it, and I think I know what I'm going to do. But I know you can't see this. Whoops. But I'm just going to show you what I can. That's all I can do here. And then eventually I will get it outside on my deck where I can show you the whole thing. But this is basically what my quilt top looks like at this point. So I might be grabbing my thread and everything. And then here's the bottom half. Right there. Okay. So at least you know that my quilt top is not in blocks anymore. I have progressed it a little bit further. And I will worry with that later. And then on my bento blocks, you all know that I had sewed my frames on. And I did get everything cut. I had them cut, but I wasn't here Saturday to sew. So I thought, if we don't have anything to discuss in the chat, then I'll just start sewing my blocks. I just basically cut them into quarters. Thank you, guys. I know it's hard to see. You don't get to see a whole lot of the quilt here, but I know waiting on me to get a video up, it's like having a tooth pull without Novocaine around here, okay? I'm always busy doing something, and I've been trying to redo the files on my Butler system, and I got so many files because I purchased some in bulk. And so I'm trying to go through and organize and put them in folders. Some of them are in zipped format, and so I'm unzipping stuff, and it's a pain in the butt. And I've spent about maybe 8 hours the last 2 days, and maybe only done like 60 zip files, if that many. Okay. So yeah, it's it's a lot going on, and so it's like it's never gonna get done. I've been working off and on particular projects that are time consuming, and it's just not getting done. So I have put my files on a flash, and I'm planning to take my laptop with me when I go out of town. And so when I'm just sitting in the hotel room, even if I'm just watching TV, I can always unzip some files while I'm doing that. And it would be a whole lot easier if it wasn't all the formats in there. They got all the formats, and so I'm having to take out only my format, so I can't just unzip it all. It would be a bigger mess. So I'm going through each folder one by one, and then I'm putting it into the appropriate Bento, block, border, sashing, whatever category that I want to put it in. So that's kind of what's going on right there. I guess now people are saying they can't hear. First it was fuzzy, and now we can't hear. Hold on, let me see what's going on here. Oh, Sue says I look clear and sharp. Okay, I think I read that one. Kathy says, T, greetings from Georgia. Hi, Kathy, and welcome. Somebody in Georgia needs to tell me what's the best quilt show to go to in the Atlanta area. Um, I have, I have, I want to do a Georgia quilt show, and I'm trying to make sure that I attend the correct show. I thought it was supposed to be the Georgia Quilt Guild show. That's all the quilt guilds have one show in Georgia, and it's in the Atlanta area, I thought, and that's what I want to do. So if you all know about that from Georgia, let me know. Cynthia Maria Field says, T and everyone, give a thumbs up. Hi, Cynthia, and thank you. Lynette Williams is saying hello to everyone. Yeah, we just had our basement flood. Thank God it wasn't bad, but now we just gotta get some water out of our. I was washing a load of clothes, so the water in the washroom, of course, we got to get that up. Um, it decided to back up when I washed a load of clothes. So, and thank everybody for the praise on my quilt top on my African Queens. Joe Cornwell Perkins says, hello, everyone. So glad that I get to watch a live. Yes. Dorsey says, I got my African fabric. It is so beautiful. I can't wait to start. That's pretty cool, too. Can't wait to see what you all are doing with it. Darlene Crosby's had her surgery, her procedure, and says that God is so good and got me through it. Amen. Thanks, Remo. She's reminding people to hit the thumbs up button. Thank you, everybody, again about the quilts. Got a lot of comments about that. I'm just going to skip some of those. Angela Stringer, hi to you, saying, hey, TNT folks, fabric addicts, welcome here. Yeah, the Fat Eights, that's what Melissa Page says she's going to do with her Fat Eights, is the African Queen. That's a great purchase if you want to do the African Queen quilt. My brother is here saying hello, everyone. Hey, sir. Janice says, love your quilts, lots of color. Francis Jackson here saying hi, TNT Quilts. Larry says, I learned something new. Someone posted a photo of a lady sewing. Yeah, I don't know if somebody has done that for real or not, sewing on an airplane. I saw that too. So I'm skipping everybody that's saying they can hear. And thank you, Kevin, too. I got your message. Debbie saying hi, T and everyone. Stephanie is here saying hey, T and everyone. She's Memoirs of a Longhorn Quilter. What are you sewing or showing tonight? I'm going to be sewing my bento blocks. I sewed them and then I went and cut them into quarters. So now I'm about to sew them into pairs. So I've got my stacks here and I'm just going to randomly sew these together just long as there's some visible contrast. For the most part, I mean, they are busy African prints. I'm going to just make sure that my seams line up when I sew these back together. And that's all I'm going to do. I did press my seams open. So when it came time to sew these units back together, everything is flat. I don't have to worry about all of my seam allowances going the same direction. So yeah, I don't have to worry about that. So I'm glad I did that now. I wasn't glad about it when I started. My stitch feels awfully big. It's just probably me, but I want to make sure. All right. I don't know if I hit a button or what, but it sure was skipping along. I still feel like I feel like my machine is basting. My machine. I'm going to cut this off because I might have hit something and it might need to reset itself. These are the biggest stitches I ever seen. I'm going to just get this out of here. I may as well cut this off because it's got to go through its little procedure to get cut back on. And I think I put everything in correct. I did oil it before I came live. So whenever you do something like that, either you need to rethread or re-put in the bobbin when it's acting up. East Cobb Quilt Guild has a marvelous show. That's from Kathy. Okay. And thank you, Nana. Nana Mona. Patricia says, I think your camera is having issues because you went fuzzy again, but don't worry, still can see you. So I don't know what's up with that. I'm looking up there to make sure everything's working, all the small little details. Yeah, it looks fine on my iPad. Cool gals here. Laura Miller's saying picture is clear. I'm in Georgia and would like to also know. Yeah, Whitlock here in 2023. I know they having the Modern Quilt Guild there next year. Brenda Foley says, hello, T and friends from Kentucky. Hello, hello. I'm a beginner quilter. Do you have any tips? That's Kathy Edwards. You know, that is such an open-ended thing. I think I would just say just jump in. I think sometimes it's just hard to get started if you are a beginner. And I know too that if you're just starting and you see people using a whole lot of scrappy projects and you don't have that kind of stash built up yet, so that can be difficult sometimes. I remember when I first started, I even used some of my clothing fabrics at the time because I didn't have a whole lot of quilting fabrics and got tired of buying fabric when you first starting out. So um, it's one of those open-ended questions. I would say just jump in and get whatever you need to do that project and just build up that way. I don't know if you've got a sewing machine yet, but I would just say even start basic with that just to get started. And then you will know what you like to do as you progress into your quilting journey. And then you can always upgrade your sewing machines later for whatever skills or things you want to do with it. Just don't try to get everything at once because quilting is an expensive hobby and it's only getting more and more costly as we go. So if you got something in particular that you want to know, you can email me, teaquilts@teaquilts.com. I'll be more than willing to help you with that. Rulers, you're going to need a 24-inch long ruler. You're going to need a 12-inch ruler. I prefer mine to be 8 inches, 8.5 inches wide if I can. You're going to need some kind of a square system for half square triangles, or it depends on how you're going to make them. Buying a die cutting machine, that can be expensive. So I would say just do for a while, purchase what you need to do projects, and then decide where you want to go in your journey because there's so many different aspects to quilting. You can be a traditional person, you can be an applique person, you could be a modern quilter. You could decide you want to be a hand piecer and a hand quilter. There's just so many different journeys. A photo, which is the arts quilter. So you could, and I do just a little bit of everything. Hi, Carolyn Bowser. She's saying hello, T and fellow quilters. T, I'm working on finishing my quilt tops, getting them prepared to send to you. Okay, Carla. I just started quilting Uh, Monday, I think I quilted one quilt Monday, and then I quilted another quilt yesterday, and then I've got a few more. I got a quilt that I got from customers that are just lined up. So I'm just starting back quilting. I have not quilted for a while. I tend to take off quilting, especially when I'm doing other stuff, and because I'm using my long arm. I was using it as a cutting and sorting station when I was cutting all the kits. So when I'm doing that type of stuff, then I can't long arm quilt. So I'm also when I do t-shirts, I can't do long arm quilting. So I got it cleared off now. So I'm gonna be trying to get some quilts quilted. C. Diane Johnson says hello from Amarillo, Texas. Hello and welcome as well. Appreciate you guys. Kathy from Kathy Quilts and Crafts is here. Hey, Kathy. She's saying hello, everyone. Mary says, if it was a man sewing on an airplane, it might have been Kevin the quilter. That is funny. Phyllis G is here. Hey, Phyllis. Says hi to everyone. Hold on. I'm trying to get through some of these. How far behind am I? I don't have a time on here. Ain't that something? Delia Castro Short says, good at her end. She's here. Claudette Bettis is here saying hello to everyone. Hold on, guys. Let me see if I can get to at the bottom. And Dorsey says a good tip for the beginner would be to come into T's sewing chat on Saturday nights at 8 p.m. Yeah, and my videos are beginner friendly. Even when I'm doing advanced skills, I try to teach you everything, and then I even try to tell you the things that could occur that you may not be aware of, things for you to look for that might happen to you as well. So I try to cover everything. Oh, Tiffany says that it must be y'all screen is on a low resolution. When you have it set at auto on YouTube, it will automatically pick a setting, and if you got rain or interference, then it'll put you in at a lower quality on the video. So I do know what she's saying. So thanks, Tiffany. I forgot about that. Larry is saying my best advice is for new quilters to start small. Don't try to tackle a king size quilt for your project. Hi, Sheila Willis says hi to everyone. And yeah, so I think that's it. So let's see. I got some scraps here. Well, they're not scraps. Yeah, they are scraps. Trying to make sure I say the right thing. They are scraps. And let me just sew on something that I don't need necessarily before I start trying to sew on my stuff. Because I may have to see See, it's sewing just fine now. It just needed to be re rebooted. Sometimes when you're oiling and moving stuff around, your thread just gets misplaced, and then it doesn't read it when you're putting stuff back. So again, I started this not last Saturday. I think the Saturday before, I'm guessing. And y'all remember I had blocks that they weren't wide enough. Like I took all of the shortcuts. And so I just sewed, you can see here from the pattern where I just sewed another piece on top. This is going to be so scrappy. If you're honing in on this piece of fabric when the whole quilt's done, you're pretty good. So I just sewed this piece right on back together. Right on top. I sewed another piece and then cut it the right size. Didn't even care if it lined up at all. So, one thing about cutting these blocks, your center block should be a certain size. So make sure that your center block is that size before you cut. Because if you don't, and if you didn't sew an accurate 1/4 inch seam, and you cutting this block in half, by the measurement, you're going to be off. So just be careful with that. Measure your block to make sure you're cutting half of what your center square is. And I'm not even looking to pay attention to if it's if it's contrasting or not. I'm just sewing this stuff together. It's gonna work out. That's the beauty of scrap quilts. The more you put in, the more acceptable it is to the eye anyway. So I just didn't press this one open good, so I'm making sure it's nice and flat before I seam it. All right. This would be a lot of blue, so I'll get something else. This one's got 2 blues, 3 blues. The other 2 had 2 blues. That would be too much blue. So we're just mixing it up. And on this too, you could also put sashing in between this step if you want to, but I'm not. I'm just getting it done. Janice says, T, do you free motion over applique or round it? It depends. Sometimes I just go straight over, and other times I will go around it. It just depends on the quilt and what stitching I'm putting on it. But I have gone over applique, and I've also gone straight over machine embroidery. Haven't had any problems with either one. I just try to make sure whatever thread I'm using is going to blend very well with that. I don't want that to be the focus. But a lot of people quilt the applique, so you can definitely just go straight over if you want. Another advice for beginner is to start out with a panel. You'll love it. Darcy says, when I first started, the first thing I did was make Halloween placemats and some for Easter, just to get used to my machine and the 1/4 inch. And that's a good idea too. And another idea that I do with table runners and placemats is I make them double-sided. Like if I piece my front, then I'll put a solid fabric on the back that's a different season. So if I got Easter on the front, I might put Christmas fabric on the back and just find a binding that's neutral to both of those fabrics. To both sides. And then I put that for my binding. But I've done that too. And Larry is also saying, plus, see that piece of fabric T has in front? That is a starter ender, and they're great for starting your blocks. Yes, and I've been doing, it was chain piecing back in the day. And I've always been chain piecing. That's why you mostly will always see some stuff piled over here. So I have been, when I was working on my African Queen blocks, I sewed this kind of stuff from those units. And so it's just leftover pieces of various things that I'm just sewing together. This is the wrong side. And I don't worry about trimming them to any size. I'm just sewing whatever I got up here together. And all of this is the scraps from cutting my Brightly quilt, I think. And I cut a few kits of the Brightly for some customers. So that's what that is. So, and then I'm hoping I don't let this get too big back there. I'm trying to get all of my half units sewed. Now this one's got a little space on it. I'm going to try to squeeze in as much as I can. Might have cut that one a little off. You know how you might have had your ruler lined up at the top but not at the bottom. But we gonna work it. That's what experienced quilters do. We can fudge it. Okay. And then when I get down to the end, I just sew on something else that I've got. So we'll just sew anything. But I hardly ever cut my thread. That's the one thing I hate about my Bernina is that with my baby locks, I could always leave a piece on and then I could cut my power off. I leave for the day, and when I come back the next day, I would have a piece sitting here waiting for me. With the Bernina, I have to oil it every time. They really recommend every 2 hours. And so with me having to oil it all the time, I have to cut that piece anyway. So it doesn't really matter much. And I'll just go ahead and press this piece so it can be ready to get something else. And I know I've missed a lot of comments. Thanks, Tiffany. She's giving you all the links to join my Facebook group. I'll pin that up at the top. If you're new here, please join. Make sure you answer the 3 questions so you get in. And when I did that, it pushed me all the way down to the bottom, but I'm not that far. Robin says, hello, T and everyone. Hey, Robin Boyd. Teresa Louise, I Quilt too, says, hello, T. Hey, Teresa. Don Cunningham's here. Say, hello, everyone. Just finished cleaning up after supper. Thank you, Darcy. She's telling people to remember to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe and the notification bell so you'll be notified. Thank you, C Joy. So yeah, so what I'm going to do now is I've just sewed these into pairs and I'm just going to press the seams open. Like I said, these kits, the fabric has wax in it. Also, I have starch in it. So I'm just going to do a very base press with my wood press here. I'm not going to do any heated iron right now. And that's because I'm in a small area with big pieces. So that's what we do. Just want to turn that over. Hey, Leisha Mo. She says, hi, TNT Quilters. A little bit late, but I made it. Yes. And I don't have anything I'm planning to do or trying to accomplish anything today. I just wanted to come on here since I missed Saturday. I need to pack some clothes. And I guess I should wear something in case my friend decide we going out somewhere to eat dinner somewhere nice. But normally, I'm just one of those people. I just want to be comfortable. So I guess I was gonna just take my luggage and just add another outfit or two in. But I'm like, maybe I might want to put something just a little bit fancier in there, just in case. But I'm hoping we're not going anywhere fancy. That's too much work. So you are all talking to each other, so that's pretty good. So I don't get too far behind in these comments. And maybe I'll just go ahead and sew one of these together. Maybe not. I'm still going. Sue says she's working on a migraine. She says, see y'all later. Good night. Good night, Sue. So sorry you're going through that. Might be sinus related too as well for Sue. I know I get headaches when my sinuses are acting up. I didn't even go outside today since it was raining. I didn't even go to the post office. I've been working on the bus trip to Missouri Star as well. I'm still waiting on this guy to give me updated price for. We got a second pickup in Wentzville, Missouri, and also stop for dinner. So I'm trying to get a price for that. And then, of course, I'm hoping that the place will feed the bus driver for free. If not, I guess I'll pay for that too. Some places do, some places don't. You know, COVID has changed a lot of stuff, so you don't know what's still in effect until you get there. But we had to find somewhere to eat, and that was a chore too because places close at 4. Some of them do, so it's like, you know, people they don't have staff to keep their establishments open because people don't want to work. So and Donna Strut says, "Hey, you said something about wax when pressing the seam. These prints, African prints, they're like layers of wax. It's not like candle wax. It's not thick like candle wax. It's very thin, but that's what they layer onto the fabric so that they can add the different colors. And they don't wash it out 100%. It's kind of like when you're using fabric stiffener and you want your piece to be stiff, but you don't want it gooey. And so they'll rinse out enough so that it's not gooey. I kind of like the fact that it want to look like it's going to be a, um, let's see if I can sew this without pinning. We'll see. I'm just going to have to stop. But yeah, so that's what's in here. It's made with wax. And so they don't wash it out 100%. That's why the fabrics are a little stiffer sometimes. They got different levels of stiffness depending on manufacturer and processing when it's processed. Because I've gotten stuff from the same manufacturer and it feels different. So you just don't know. But they don't wash it out 100%. They leave some of it in for body. I'm just always just get my pieces ready for the next piece. Even my little scrappy things. So yeah. So just trying to line up as close as I can. Normally when I press my seams open, I pin everything, but I haven't pinned a thing today. We shall see how this works for us. And I'm at the end. All right. We'll sew another one so I can show you that one. This is just, I think, 4 of my blocks. because I separated them into stacks of 4 so I can mix up the print. So when I cut my blocks into 4s, I kept all my pieces separated, so that I wouldn't have to worry about putting the same piece with the same piece. Like the same print with itself in the same block. So I just sorted them into 4s. Yep, it's kind of laying there, so I didn't need pins. Probably that one that was short before I might need a pin, but not here. Working okay so far. Now this is where they would drape off my table and cause trouble with my thread that's on a stand. So I will press this one with my wood press, and then I'll let you see it. So hold on a second. You're welcome, Donna. She says, okay, that's cool. Thank you. I love all the prints. We'll pass the collection plate for the bus driver if they don't feed him or her for free, Miss T. Him or her? Oh, the bus driver. Yeah. And it ain't gonna be that much. It's probably, I'm not passing a collection plate. I figure if I don't get a few more people on the bus anyway, I'll be in the hole, but that's okay too. The bus isn't filled yet, and I was trying not to overprice the bus fare, and I'm okay with that too. It'll work out. I still need a few people. I was supposed to post it today in some quilt guilds, and I've been busy doing other stuff. So this is just one block. So it's just one big crazy wad. That's what bento box is. It's just a conglomerate of scraps that are sewed into an actual quilt block. And then some people just put these blocks together with no sashing, but I am going to put sashing in between my blocks. And then that's, of course, after I press it with a heated iron. But right now I've just pressed it open with my press, my wood press. I don't want them to get too wrinkled. And it keeps folding because of the fan. Oh my goodness. The struggle is real. Every group tour I have done, we paid a group price and the driver was included. So I'm hoping that, this restaurant, everybody pays for themselves because this was like added on afterwards. But I made sure that I included the bus driver tip because I've been on bus trips with folk and they get off and give you $1 for a bus driver that's been driving them all day. And I wasn't gonna have them embarrassing me like that. So I made sure that the tip was included in the fee as well. So I just need about maybe 4 more people maybe for it to come out even with the tip. So then I should be okay. Hi Heather Grants. Thank you, Don, saying pretty fabrics. Thank you. I'm putting some pins in here just so I can hopefully go through here a little bit more. Yeah, but these are gonna be some busy blocks, and if you don't like busy stuff, this one might not be for you. But the sashing will calm it down, and I haven't even picked my sashing fabric. Yes, I have. I think I know what I'm gonna use. Mostly, I waited until I got the blocks piece before I picked sashing. So I do have that already. Hi, Wind Sprinter. Welcome back. She says, hello, T and everyone. Beautiful bento blocks. Thank you. Dorsey says, I wish that I lived closer so that I could go with you all. Yeah, you just got to plan. Save your money for the next retreat. And I got people from all over the USA. Got people from California. A couple people from California are coming. Probably more than that, and I'm just blocking. I know I got a couple people from the DC area, North Carolina, um, Tennessee, Alabama. So people are coming from all over, and I got my friends are coming. Got Kevin, Deborah, Sarah, Norma, Cynthia. Trying to think, like the people that are local here. Those are my immediate friends, and then I have some other people from St. Louis. There's Patricia. There's a Patricia. Hmm. Becky was on there, but she was going on a trip out the country, but then they canceled her trip out the country, and I didn't have a spot for her. Trying to think, it's somebody else from St. Louis. Oh, Sue. Sue is going. So you'll get to see some St. Louis people, and you also get to meet some people from around the country. And I'm probably missing some states because I don't remember where everybody is. I put that information in a long time ago, and then I got some people that haven't sent it. We got Regina from Nevada. She's coming. So that's another state. Trying to think, what else? I keep thinking of them one at a time. Thank you, Mary and Beverly. Hi, Michelle the quilter. She says, hello, everyone. Great block tee. It's so colorful. Thank you. So we're going to sew this one. Oh, I need to cut. Let me just put this on here while it's in my hand. I got two of them on here. Then when it falls off, I'll be asking why. Have to cut these off. Winona says, when is your trip scheduled for? I'm having a Teaquilts retreat that starts June 14th, and that's on a Tuesday, and it go all the way till Sunday. I think that's 19th. I'm just guessing. And on Wednesday, we're gonna take a bus trip to Missouri Star Quilt Company, and we're gonna have loads of fun. We're gonna get up real early. We're gonna get up before the rooster crows, so we can get on the road, and then we're gonna spend the majority of the day there. They've got, all the quilt shop, different buildings that you can go in. They also have a quilt museum. So just hoping that we have a great day, that we can just, do some stuff there, and then we'll leave there, go to dinner, and then come back home we should get back before 10 p.m. at night, hopefully. And then we've got other local hopping too, if people want to go. And that's the thing with retreat. You decide at retreat what you want to do and what you don't want to do. You don't have to feel bad about not doing something that I'm saying is on the agenda. I'm just giving an agenda because some people need stuff to do. They need something. They need a program. Otherwise, they don't have anything. They don't know what to do with themselves, especially if it's their first retreat. So you don't have to do anything. If you don't want to go on a bus trip, you can stay and sew all day if you want. If you don't want to go to the other shops, that's fine too. So, but it's fun. Especially, I think with a 5-night retreat, because that's what it is a 5-night retreat. I think you can do a lot more fun stuff than when you do just a weekend retreat with 2 nights. And so that's why I didn't do a 2-night retreat like I would normally do for us here locally. That's what we normally do, 2 or 3 nights. And that's because people are buying plane tickets coming all the way from California. That's a lot of money And so you don't want to just turn around on a weekend and go back home from a quilt retreat and it's over before you know it. You spent more time traveling than you did at the retreat. So I didn't want that. Hi, Damali J. Says hello, Miss T and everyone. Glad to be here. Uh, I need to move to Kansas near my sister. Everyone seems to be in or near the middle of the country, laughing out loud. Yes, and that's kind of what's happening. Some people that I know used to live in California, and then when they retired into the St. Louis area, just because it's a lower cost of living in the Midwest. Mary talking about that Teaquilts. Don't keep us in suspense about the sashing. You already know it's going to be one of those motor grunge fabrics that I purchased. I just can't remember which one I picked. So I have to go back. It's on my ironing board, but I haven't been ironing or doing anything since I sold that quilt top together. So that's been a minute. I've been on the computer trying to handle files that are a hot mess, and also long arm quilting, guys. Just trying to stay focused here. I want to just get some memory into this seam so when I get to my ironing board, I don't have to worry about that part. Just give it a little memory, tell it what I want it to do. I probably didn't have to press these open because I'm putting sashing in between, but hey, let's keep it all consistent at this point. Hi, Deborah Holloway. She says, good evening, TNT Quilters. Dana Lewis says, hey there, a retreat appeals to me. Where do I find info on the trip? The retreat is full right now unless somebody can't make it. And I do have one person on the wait list. And it's already April. We only got one more day in March. So it's already April. And we only got, as Sue said, 76 more days. And so I think retreats probably not going to have any openings, but I have openings on the bus trip is what I have. And that's information is listed in my Facebook group. So if you're interested in that, you can join my Teaquilts Facebook group, and it's in the file section. It's also pinned up in the featured area if you're on Facebook. All right. Come on, fan. All right. I haven't even been showing the blocks, have I? I've just been pressing and putting up. Here's a block, another one, just so you can see another one. So my main goal is I want it to be obvious that I'm just switching the fabrics. And so I don't really care. And then, sometimes having stuff do like a color wash effect is also nice too. You don't have to see it change all the time. But that's what I have. That's 2 of the 4. That's enough. They're all the same. This is just another set of blocks here. And Brenda was saying, I would absolutely love to come to your retreat. I trust it would be a blast. And at one point I had a couple of openings that it took me a while to fill, and I didn't get any takers on it. And now, I got everything filled. I had 2 ladies that were coming from the DC area that were only coming to, they couldn't get into retreat because retreat was full. And then they were coming just to get on the bus so that they can go to Missouri Star. And they both were driving. It was I guess I was honored by that because I thought that was really weird that they were willing to go that far for that. And then I had one person had to cancel due to health. And so then I just contacted that person. I didn't even announce that I had an opening. I just contacted that person and asked, do you want to just do retreat? Because they were having to stay in a hotel 2 nights anyway. By the time you pay for 2 nights hotel, you pay for the retreat center. These are not hotel rooms, but they are adequate rooms to be in. And I don't plan on being in my room a whole lot anyway. And I've also showed you all the rooms and videos as well. They're not the best beds and stuff, but um, it's great. And Larry says, Tucker says he's going. Yes, Tucker is coming, and that's Pennsylvania. So that's another state. Tucker's coming late, though. Him and uh, his travel crew, they're doing like a summer just road trip, period. And they're incorporating part of the retreat into that. So we're going to meet Tucker and his crew at Missouri Star, and then they're going to come back with us, and then Tucker's going to actually stay in a hotel because Tucker is a minor, and he's going to stay with his crew, but then every day he'll come into the center where he can come sew and meet everybody, so it's going to be really cool. And Betsy's going on the bus, laughing out loud. Yeah, she's doing the bus trip. Debbie Dunn says, hey, T and everybody. Hey, Debbie. Mary says, next time doing it, Maddie, they in school this year. Yeah. So, like, I normally have my big retreat every 2 years. And then next year in October, I might have a 3-night retreat. And that's going to be for people that are not on the big list. And it'll be a quick retreat. It's not going to be any frills. We're just going to go to retreat. It's at a quilt shop. That's the retreat center is attached to the quilt shop. I can only take 10 people because it holds 12 people, and I'll have me and whoever is going to be helping me. So that's already 2 people gone right there because I'm not going to do it by myself. And so yeah, I'll probably do that next September or October, something like that. It's, wishy-washy right now. I haven't scheduled that. So, and that'll just be like a Thursday night, maybe through Sunday. So Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and you leave on Sunday. So it'll be a quick retreat. We're not going on any bus trips. We're just going to stay at this place and sew. And that place, you do have to figure out your own food. So that's the other thing that would have to be figured out. And Darlene says, I will be well and go on the next retreat. Yes. And Kevin talking about, I can bring a rooster and have him crow that morning if that would make it more real for everyone, Miss T. Yeah, right. You'll get kicked out of the retreat center. I keep saying Missouri Star Quilt Company needs to lobby Greyhound for a bus station. I thought they had a place for buses to park. Where will you all stay? We're staying at a retreat center, a retreat and conference center. It's actually Mercy Sisters of Mercy Retreat Center. Darcy is reminding people to hit the thumbs up. She says it's 114 people and only 85 thumbs up. Thank you, Darcy. And Joe Carmel says she's so excited for the retreat and trip to Missouri Star Quilt Company. Tamala71. Hi, Tamala. Welcome to the channel. She says, I grew up in Rolla, right between St. Louis, and Missouri Star. I wish I was able to go on the trip. Yes. Rolla is about 2 hours, a little bit, maybe over 2 hours, 2 hours from me. And Darlene says, in an RV. That's what she's trying to come in. Mary says, there's a lot to do in St. Louis. It's nice Midwest town. Yes. A lot of towns, when you're on the news, will make everything seem really bad. But St. Louis is one of the few cities that have great things that are free here. Number one is our arch. Our Gateway Arch is free prior to COVID. I hope they haven't changed that. What cost at the arch is for you to go up to the top. That's what costs. But for you to go into the museum and see all the artifacts, that's free. We have a zoo here that's like number 1 or 2 in the country at times. It just depends on how the voting is going. And it's free and it runs on donations. It's actually paid for by us taxpayers. So yeah, and it's a hefty little fine too, but still, because the zoo is so great and they do, I feel, spend their money appropriately. It's always pretty. They're always upgrading and changing things. I still put money. They have like a little donation box for people to pay. So if you're from out of town, that's free. It's so many things here that are free from Missouri. Hi, Vicky Lemire. Ellen sings, I won a spot tee. Are you talking about to the October retreat? I don't know what you're referring to. I need more information. I'm so excited. I can't wait. This will be my first time in St. Louis. Yes, yes. And so, I have, given people the option. If you don't want to go to the quilt shops and you decide you want to go to the zoo or you want to go see the arch or whatever, that's an option. You can go do that. But I have on the quilt retreat, I'm trying to keep everything that I'm scheduling for the most part quilt related, but you'll be given some ideas of things that you might want to do if you don't want to do that, if you want to go see some tourist attractions or something. So we'll provide you some of that information. We're not going to be a tour guide. We're not going to give you a tour guide book or anything like that, but we'll give you some information. We might have to go to Ted Drew's though to get frozen custard. Brenda says, not sure how far I am from you, but I would have to ask off for vacation for the year, January 1st, so I have to know by then. Yeah, some jobs are like that. You have to know by January 1st just to get one day off. But sometimes if I only need a day off and they pulling that crap, I'm just going to take my one day and come on back. You can be sick for one day. You must pay to park. I don't know what she's talking about. Pay to park what? We got nice museums as well. We got an area that's called Forest Park. That's where our zoo is. We have a history museum and an art museum in that area. And then the arch is in downtown St. Louis. And Miss Topaz says, St. Louis is great. I had my 60th birthday there. St. Louis has a beautiful historic district too. Yes, and that's in St. Charles area is our historic district. And then we have the south side of St. Louis is for where the Italians are. If you want real Italian food, that's where you go. You don't get it from Fazoli's. the spaghetti factory. You actually go to the, on the Italian side of town. So, at the arch, you have to pay. You're going to have to pay. The arch is downtown. You're going to have to pay to park everywhere downtown. But the admission is free. You're only paying for one car. You're not paying for the number of people in your vehicle. Hey, French Seams. She says, good evening, everyone. And a trip out to the wine country. Yeah, we got a lot of that. That's DECP Patty C. Yes. A lot of people do that too. Go on the wine tours. And we even have, I forget, the little chapel on the hill, which I think is in St. Charles, where they have a winery and then they bring wine in that they serve in a restaurant setting too. The art museum is really nice, beautiful grounds. Yes, the Forest Park is beautiful area. Forest Park got a lot in there. They even got where you can rent a boat. They got which theater is there? I get them mixed up. Peggy works at them too. I'm gonna get them mixed up. It's not the Paul Symphony Hall. That's on Grand. I'm blocking. Oh my God, where they have all the plays and stuff. Oh my gosh, I'm blocking big time. But Forest Park is just pretty on its own. It's just something you just drive through and just see how pretty it is. And it has like I said, it has a golf course. You can rent a boat. The restaurant was attached to the boathouse, but I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if any of these things are open. I haven't been there, so I have no idea. The Muni Opera. Thank you, Wind Sprinter. The Muni. It's like I've been there a few times. We used to always go when I was younger and get the free seats, but you had to go down there early and we would be all on the grass. We take either buy something and eat it on the grounds, just on the grass, take blankets and throw out and stuff. And so that's how I got to see a lot of stuff as when I was younger. But I haven't done that in a long time. The Fox Theater is that's the one that's on Grand. And it's beautiful too. Now that's beautiful. The Muni is kind of like outdoor, but it's an overhang so you don't get wet. But the Fox on Grand, that's the beautiful place. It is gorgeous. Patty says Teaquilts way back in the early 1970s. I appeared in a production at the Muni. Now that's awesome. I don't. No, I don't think. No, I never did. We didn't do. I was trying to think if my school did anything. Only thing I did was graduate at one of our buildings, but it's no longer up. We had such a large high school. We had to rent big places to graduate. Hoping none of this stuff fall off. Let me get some for it before I have a catastrophe. Mary says the St. Louis Cardinals, there's a miniature museum. World famous Clydesdale. Yeah, that's part of Anheuser-Busch. And I'm thinking that tour is free too. And they give you beer. And we got Grants Farm, which is part of Ralston Purina, which is headquartered here as well. We got a lot of stuff. And I think Grants Farm is free. You just have to make reservations. Now, I haven't done that in a long time. I was the one that always had, I would take my vacation 2 weeks in the summer. And I would take all my family children's. I would have like 3 or 4 cars of kids. And we would take them to all of this various stuff. And we also got Six Flags here too. So don't let's not forget that. We do have Six Flags. The City Museum is a must-see. Yeah, the City Museum is awesome. Now, I will tell you that I went down that big slide in the City Museum. And I forget. I can't remember what they made that slide out of because it's been a few years since I've been in there and I can't picture it right now. But I had on jeans and went down that slide and it ripped my jeans. So then I was walking around the rest of the time with a rip across my butt. So just be careful at the City Museum. But the City Museum is actually really nice too. They got a bus sitting right on the edge of the building like it's about to fall off. Yeah, the Fox Theater is beautiful, yes. An unimportant tip, and my dad used to shoe the butt. Oh, now that's pretty cool. Those are some beautiful horses, and they are well taken care of. Here, I stood down there after the end of one parade. I wanted to see how they load those horses back in, and it's like they wipe them down. They make sure that their area is clean. They make sure they got food and water. They don't mess around with them Clydesdales. They are beautiful. The Central West End near Forest Park. You know, it's up and down because the Central West End used to have some really good restaurants, and then some of them moved downtown. And the reason why I know that is because I've been looking for restaurants, and then when I went to find the ones that moved downtown, COVID has changed a lot. So I'm gonna have to go back. I was trying to do our Friday night meal in Central West End, but that's not gonna work. My restaurant moved downtown at first, and so I said, okay, we'll just go downtown. We'll just hop on the highway because it's right by the center at a certain extent, and we'll just get on the highway and we'll just go on down there. That restaurant, I can't find it, and so now I'm looking at a different restaurant in the city at this point. So hopefully it'll work out. I've got to go eat there though. I got to go eat there and make sure it's all on the up and up. Because one thing I hate, I don't mind paying money for food. I don't care if it's $5. If it's bad, it's bad. I don't like paying for bad food. I want my food to taste good. So I'll go be the guinea pig, okay? And make sure the food's decent. And before I go, and then ask for the manager once I eat. If it's good, I'll ask for the manager and explain the situation. So yes. Yeah, we got plenty of casinos. I don't go to casinos, so I can't even tell you what I recommend. I know where all of them are, but I just don't go. I kind of like my money in my pocket. I just feel like a casino ain't there. They're not in the business of giving money away. So I hardly ever go. If I go, it's because I got family from out of town and they want to go, and I'll take whatever I take. It could be $10 or $20, and I never go over 20. And I'll break it down into something, and I play the slots. And once my money gone, I go sit down somewhere. They tell me, "Are you okay? You need money?" Nope, I don't need money, and I'm fine. But I don't believe in just leaving my money. I'd rather buy some fabric. I can at least see it. Once you gamble and your money gone, that's it. Um, Maybe I should drive up during the retreat and play tour guide, laughing out loud. That's Patty C. That's if people want to go. That's up to them. I know I'm not going. Darlene says, I love animals and have a white, small, miniature horse, Trinket. She isn't much bigger than a Rottweiler. Wow, that's pretty cool. Dorsey says she only paid the penny slots if she go to a casino. And see, I'll do the nickel, and I might even do a quarter. I'll get a row of quarters. Because I don't care. I don't care if we here 4 hours. They only getting this one thing. I don't care. So I already know I'm just donating to the cause. So I don't get addicted. I'm like, I like my money. Miss Topaz says, I'm with you, T. Unless they have penny slots, a good time for a little bit of money. Yep. See, and I'll even do the nickel slots. And if they got quarters, sometimes I'll play the quarter, not all the time. Mostly I do the nickel. And I'm done. I don't care. if I was in there for 2 or 3 hours, it was like me paying to go into a different business for entertainment. So, and I don't even care about that. They'll let you win a little bit just so they can get you motivated to keep pulling that slot machine arm. But you got the wrong one. When I'm done, I'm finished. I think when we first had a new casino come, I went and played the nickel slots. I think I won about maybe about $15 or something like that. I played a little bit longer and I wasn't winning anymore. So I cashed out at about $10 winning. And then I went up there and cashed out. People were still playing. And they said, "You finished?" I said, "Yeah." They not finna get me. They'll let you win. And then they'll suck it to you. You just keep pulling that arm just to pull it. My mom lives in Las Vegas, and I say I might be one of the only people who goes there and doesn't gamble. Yep, that would be me. I'd be like, let's go to the shows. I'm going to be broke because I'm going to all the shows. But I do like shows. Thanks, Virgie. She's saying very pretty fabrics. You do a great job. Thank you. And Darlene saying that she's not a gambler either. They have the education lottery. Yeah, they all started out as education lotteries, but they don't even send the majority of the money to the schools. It's sad. They have that crap here. And I'll buy a raffle ticket. I say if I buy a raffle ticket, like I haven't bought any since COVID, because I don't even think about that stuff. I'm trying to get in and out, but I would probably have bought like 5 tickets in a year. Talking about I'm gonna win the lottery, and I don't even buy tickets. Mm-mm. I have never. I think I've won like where I've gotten a free ticket or something like that, and that's about it. One time I won like $100 on a scratch off because I would kind of buy that stuff for Christmas for people when we had our Christmas gatherings, and I think I won $100 once, and I went and cashed it in and gave that to my mom. But that's about it. That's all I've ever won on any lottery or gambling like that. Her hubby won 10,000 before COVID. Wow, now that's a lot. That's pretty cool. Too many thrift and fabric shops to go to. Yes. Right, we got plenty of those too. So yeah, it's 8:18, guys. I'm actually leaving in the morning. Got to drive about 5 hours. So I'm just gonna stop here. I don't have anything that I need to be working on. Like I said, I was just here. I was just showing up today because the stuff I had for the haul, I was trying to um, use it because I was cutting batting and all other kinds of things where I was needing to use rulers, or I wanted to use those new rulers to, since I spent money. Whenever I spend money on something, I come home and start using it. So I still haven't used my cutting mat because I haven't cut any pieces or had to square up any blocks, and these blocks don't need to be squared up. They were cut to the appropriate size. So I don't have anything to square up with my rotating mat. It's just propped up here on the side of my table. Thank you, Darcy, saying drive safely, T. Thank you. Thank you, Tracy Davis, says beautiful squares. Those blocks are beautiful from Damali. Have a great night, everyone, from Delia Short. And have a safe and fun trip. I will. Hopefully, I'll be back Saturday before it gets dark. So we'll see if I make it to the live on Saturday. I'm just going to kind of play it by ear. I don't mind leaving in the morning in the dark, but I don't like driving home in the dark. That's weird, isn't it? So thank you. And Dorsey's last final reminder to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell to get notifications when she will be on. And thank you. And Wind Sprinter said was born at Scott Air Force Base. Now that's pretty cool. It's a few hours, but it's Missouri. Raised and educated in St. Louis and St. Louis County. Lived and worked 7 years in Chicago. Job transferred me to government headquarters in D.C. Yes. Good night, everybody. That's from who was that? Beverly, and she's saying safe travels as well. So yeah, so I'm gonna get off of here so I can go pack my clothes. I put some stuff in the washing machine, which probably didn't help with the rain outside, and I got to call my friend to talk to her as well, and who I'm meeting, seeing what time she's coming. I think she doesn't have as far to drive as I do, and but I'm looking forward to it. Just getting away, girls' trip, having some fun, and then coming back and getting right back to work. But thank you guys so much. Good night, everybody. You all stay safe, be blessed, and quilt out, everybody.